Good morning, YouTube and stuff and things. Got a sunrise going on behind me there here in Penrith. I wound up camping down just outside of that dog park I found late yesterday. In yesterday's vlog, I was talking about going down for a bit of a nap in the afternoon in the baking car with the sort of door cracked, just to try and get a breeze so I didn't go into heat stroke. I dozed there for the rest of the day, and when the sun went down, which you saw in the other vlog, I have a little sunset picture, I just decided to stay where I was and hunkered down, and yeah, just dozed off, but woke up again, I don't know, about 10 or 11 p.m. because it started getting real cold. I mean cold, shivering cold. I don't remember the last time it got so cold I shivered. Actually, yes I do. It was the last time I came up to the Blue Mountains for a photo walk. I missed the last train and had to sit at the train station all night waiting for the morning. That was unpleasant. But yeah, you forget sometimes, if you live in a big city as dense as Sydney, you forget it gets cold at night in other places, because Sydney, there's so much concrete and road, it just absorbs heat all day long and radiates it all night long. So the nights never actually get that cold in Sydney, at least not by my standards, because I grew up in Tasmania. But yeah, I need warmer blankets. The two thin blankets I have were not enough. It was a very, very restless night's sleep. Well, I say sleep, but I do feel fairly refreshed this morning. I did get enough rest, going for a bit of walk. I'm here in the dog park again, just because I thought it'd be nice to have a little stroll around and maybe see someone's puppy in the morning. Wandered around and found some lavender. Just growing by the sides here. I've gone cinematic mode, so it's all blurred out back there, but trust me. And my childhood house had several lavender bushes just near my bedroom. I always found the scent very soothing. I want tea. I want Earl Grey. I mean, Earl Grey doesn't taste like lavender, but Earl Grey has that similar floral, sort of fruity kind of thing to it. Where can I get some Earl Grey in Penrith? That's what I want. Although what I should do is actually go find a Starbucks or McDonald's, or you know, one of those places that has free Wi-Fi, so I can upload yesterday's vlog. But yeah, I'm gonna continue on my walk, and then we're gonna get on with the day. Don't know what the day entails, honestly. I need to find a Bunnings. I was looking on my on the web last night and saw Bunnings has a solar charger, a USB solar charger. I thought it might be useful to trickle charge some of my battery banks as I'm driving around. Just sit it up in the front of the console or something. Because power is the big issue for me. If I'm going to continue to be technologically connected, I need to find ways to keep powered up. I have several, but a solar panel feels like a smart idea as well if I'm caught out somewhere where I can't get to a publicly accessible power point or something. So we'll see what Bunnings can offer me for a solar panel. That's the plan. Breakfast, upload, Bunnings, and then, I don't know, a few hours of driving, vaguely in the direction of Melbourne, I suppose. That's it. It really is a very good dog park too. There are, you know, free poop baggies scattered all around the perimeter, so no matter where your dog poops, you're within a few feet of a bag to scoop it up in. There are just toys, public dog toys just laying around. I mean, this dog park is better than some kid parks I've seen. It's a little concrete block. Look at a little zoomy tunnel. And a little, actually, you know what? Look, there's more baggies over there. A little bench underneath that tree. What does this say? Why is there a sub cage? Because you're inside a caged off area for little dogs and zoomies. Hey, Frisbee. I haven't thrown a Frisbee. Sorry, Flying Disc. Frisbee's a brand name. This is an APM Flying Disc. Nice. Oh, I see why it's fenced off. They're protecting some plants. Or are they? There are some toys in there. Maybe it's a little timeout cage. The dog's going to get overstimulated. I don't know. It's good water too. Oh, and yes, for those of you who like your video game trivia, this is the infamous second sun beanie. Glad I found it. Thought I had lost it. Very useful this morning. I genuinely can't remember the last time I had Starbucks. I think I've had Starbucks like twice in my life. I tend to stick to, you know, smaller coffee shops if I'm actually buying coffee, but these guys have Wi-Fi, right? That's what I need. It is turning out to be quite a lovely day out there. Barely a cloud, in fact, no cloud. No, some wispy clouds way off over there. Why? Why? That's autism right there. Barely a cloud in the sky. It's just a euphemism we use for each other to describe a pleasant day. You know, it's warm, might be a little bit of breeze. It's just pleasant outside. But no, I say barely a cloud in the sky and have to double check and make sure I'm accurate when I'm saying barely a cloud. But there are some clouds. I wouldn't call them barely clouds. They are significant clouds, but they're far away. The sky directly above me, no clouds. Is that barely a cloud on average? Neurotypicals, chime in. If there are any neurotypicals who watch my shit. I feel like most of us might be. Anyway, Starbucks was good. It was good. It was coffee. I got a big old venti flat white. My personal choice of coffee from coffee shops usually. Also got myself a buttery croissant. Un petit croissant. Because the guy said anything else, and I happened to be looking at the time. Yep, one of those. So yeah, there's a little bit of, you know, energy in, some blood sugar going, a little bit of carbs, and it was delicious. Had them warming up for me. Yeah, sat in Starbucks for like an hour, using the Wi-Fi, uploading the new vlog, yesterday's vlog now, I suppose. And you know, sit down and answer and you know, respond to some comments. And feeling pretty chill about things. It's quite a nice Starbucks too. I don't think I got any footage of inside the Starbucks because I didn't want to be one of those guys just pointing my camera around inside when people are trying to have their morning coffee before work and stuff. Didn't want to be that guy, but it was a nice Starbucks. So yeah, I've come to kind of a shopping complex kind of thing where there's a Bunnings over there where I'm going to have a look to see what kind of solar panel charging stuff they have. And also just over there's a store called Trek, which I've never heard of. Bikes Service Gear. I can't tell from here whether they mean like push bikes or motorbikes. I can't quite see the signage properly on the front of the thing. Looks like it might be push bikes though, judging by the fact that the poster near the door seems to show a lot of grass. So it might be mountain bike type of stuff. So I'm going to poke my head in there as well, because they'll probably have some outdoorsy camping type stuff that I might want to take a look at to see what might be useful. Yeah, so far spirits are fairly decent. Still a little bit woogie. Didn't sleep as good as I hoped I slept, but feeling better than yesterday. And I think what's keeping me from spiraling too much at the moment, because I feel like I want to. It's weird to say it, but the novelty is still there. I don't have a home anymore. This is where I live, and I can just drive somewhere else. So the novelty of that, and thinking, you know, through all the solutions I might need to know about, it's, you know, it's keeping my mind active, so I'm not spiraling too much. But yeah, I feel like if I was, you know, if I was still at home, today would be a lying on the mattress, staring at some Star Trek all day kind of day. But I can't do that. I mean, I guess I could just curl up in the back of the van for the rest of the day, but that's not going to do me any good. There are things that need to be done, so life doesn't bite me in the ass harder a little bit later down the track. So just on that note, by the way, having said that, for those people who keep, you know, responding with comments in videos where I've recently mentioned severe depression, which is part of the bipolar, staying more active, getting more exercise, eating better, that doesn't work, by the way. This is a distraction at the moment, but I'm still feeling everything I'm feeling. The distraction hasn't cured me. It's just that I happen to have just enough energy at the moment to action it. That's not always the case. Some days with the bipolar depression, even if you want to go for a walk or go have a salad or, whatever, you just can't. So please just stop saying that stuff to depressed people. It is a chemical imbalance in the brain. It's not just feeling sad because you're mopey. It is your brain doing things that makes it functionally impossible for you to do certain things, like be a functional human, or go for a jog. So let's just be clear about that. But right now, the depression isn't so deep that it's going to stop me from taking action on some of the stuff I need to take action on, which is frankly pretty good, because the last 6 weeks or so, it's been the longest and one of the deepest depressive slumps I've been in a while. So it feels pretty good to rise out of that just enough to actually get this done at least. Because I was panicking for quite some time that I just wasn't being able to get everything that I need to get done. And even I barely got everything done I need to get done. I was panicking. That's why I didn't sleep for the better part of a full day a couple of days ago, and why I was so tired yesterday. So yeah, still running on a sleep deficit. But yeah, I don't like reverse parking this van either. Just on that, this is one of the largest cars. I mean, it's not a big car, but it's certainly the largest car I've had to drive for an extended period of time, and I don't like reverse parking this thing. I need to find somewhere where I can practice that. The wheelbase, it's the maxi model, so the wheelbase is longer than the standard car would be, and the turning radius on this thing is not great. So I'm doing all right so far, but makes me anxious every time. Anyway, looks like Bunnings is open, and we're coming up on 9 a.m, so that Trek place is probably going to be open real soon. I'll have to double check. But Bunnings first, and by the time I come out, they'll probably open. Let's see what we can find. Another fun fact, it's been a while since I've been inside of Bunnings. It's kind of an Australian tradition, this store. I mean, ownership is kind of, let's not get into the politics of it all. I'm just taking a wander around the garden section with all the plants and stuff. You hear that? So bizarre. Those aren't real birds. They're piping in bird tweeting noises for the garden section. I wonder what marketing genius said that was going to increase sales. They could have at least had some variety. It's the same every time. Now, any gardeners in chat? How do you reckon a maidenhair fern has got to do in the van? Spruce things up, bring a bit of nature and relaxation in there. Think that'll survive? Maybe some plastic plants. Well, I was joking, but it turns out they have quite a range of artificial plants. Quite a big range. Pet ball launcher for level 3 heavy play. You know what? I guess this would be really good as a disability aid. Like if you're a range of movement in your arms, or you've got weakness in your arms and you still want to play fetch with the dog, there you go. Also fun, just for the novelty of it. Right, where are we going to find solar panels? Probably in electrical. Garden to... I don't know. There's probably a camping section, right? Somewhere. We'll try electrical first. Alright, here we go. This is more likely. Solar battery, charger, regulator, what's it do for? Panels. There we go. Alright, looks like these are a high theft thing, because none of them have the solar panels in them, but I've got this one here. Nearly $150 for crying out loud. But it does contain a 10,000 milliamp hour bank of its own. It says 15 watts, but this solar panel is definitely not putting out 15 watts. I'm guessing that's how much power output the battery bank in it has. Yeah. And 3 amp max output. Says in direct sunlight, 6 to 8 hours full charge. That's not bad. We have a smaller one here, just under $100. This is the 10-watt model, 2 panels there. Still has enough juice for one each of one of those, I guess. Does not have a charging time listed on this one though, which has me worried. But I guess it is just a backup thing. I'm not going to be relying on it too much. I don't know. They're more expensive than I was thinking they were going to be though. I was thinking maybe $50, but... There we go. There's your Vanlife or plant. Cactus, succulents. Baking hot during the day, freezing cold during the night, just like the desert. They do fine. Get one of those for the dash. What do you reckon? Alright, so Bunnings was a bust. Those solar panels were way more expensive than I was planning on. And the Trek store back there, no outdoorsy stuff at all, just bikes. Just a very, very, very serious bicycle shop. Nothing but bicycles, all bicycles. Very few accessories for bicycles even. Like one shelf of helmets, like 10 helmets. Everything else was just bikes and more bikes. So, fail all around. I don't know what's next. Actually, you know I do. I need to find an actual supermarket and get some food, because I can't keep having McDonald's and Starbucks. I'm going to burn through way too much cash doing that. So I need to find some shelf-stable snacks. There's some dry breakfast cereal, muesli bar things, shit like that. That's not gonna kill me if it stays in the hot car for a day or two. All right. Let's go. Alrighty, found a shopping center supermarket that was about a 15-minute drive away. Just deliberately chose one that was not the closest one because I don't really have a target destination in mind today. Although, that said, I think I might be settling on one. I've had an idea. I'll tell you about it in a second. But just because I know a few of you who are what's the term I'm looking for? The social connection between public personalities and their viewers. There's a term for that that's just slipped out of my mind. You guys have been curious about the kind of stuff that I'm eating while I'm on the road to make sure I'm keeping safe and healthy. What are you? Okay, first day parking. Good luck with that. I wish I had that on camera. It's close enough. You could probably walk to the parking space from that position. You're going to reverse out and take another jab at that? Yeah? No. Okay, you're just going to... Okay. So, I didn't buy a whole bunch of food. I just wanted to test a few bits and pieces. Just to... Oh, wait, no, they got back in. They got out, looked at the parking space and went, uh-oh, and got back in the car, and now they're doing it again. Damn it. So, let's have a look at the little snacky poos and stuff I've got just to keep me going while I'm on the road and happen to be, further away from somewhere where I could get fresh food. Just to, keep the blood sugar up and stuff like that. Firstly, I got this, which is a 1.5 litre or 1.4 litre chug-a-jug thing. It was on special, like 50% off. I went, yep, I'll have that. You don't need to know why I bought this. What you do need to know is the jug that I was using was slightly too small for the purposes and nearly caused a problem last night. So this piss jug. If I fill this one up before I empty it, there's a medical issue. Piss jug. I wasn't going to get a piss jug that big, but it was on special. It'll do. Also got this, which I've already got a water bottle. I wanted this to mix things in because it's clear, so I can see what's going on inside there and make sure it's clean, because there's going to be other stuff but water in there, which means potentially if I don't wash it out, stuff could grow in there, and I don't want to be drinking that. So I wanted something clear to do that, because I've got stuff like this which is vitamin C. Hang on a sec. That's drop out of cinema mode, where the phone keeps trying to blur everything that's on my face. These are just store brand vitamin B and C dissolvable tablets in orange flavor. Because, you know, who knows how well I'm going to be eating. Just to help maintain health and well-being a little bit and get some vitamins B and C. Mostly, it's less about that because, well, ingesting vitamins, I think people who take fistfuls and gobsfuls of vitamins, it's medically dubious at best. But these are a really nice way to flavor your water and put a little bit of extra energy in there. Nothing wrong with a bit of extra vitamin C. But yeah, I don't always like drinking plain water, so these are mostly about the orange flavor, so I can have, you know, a little treat. And of course they're shelf stable and they keep really nicely because they're in tablet form. So that's why I got those. I did get those too. Also got these ones, the Voost ones. These are the store brand basic ones. These are Voost, which I hate. Have you ever seen one of their ads? I don't know whether these guys are international. They sound international because all the ads sound German. But their ads are awful. Friggin' awful. But this is Sport Lemon and Lime Mineral Hydration. These ones I did get for the mineral content. No, not vitamins and stuff, but mineral, like sports drink kind of minerals, to help you hydrate, because it's not always about water. So mostly these ones I got for the potassium, because I do think I am rather low on potassium right now, because I've got just a little bit of a tremor and a little bit of muscle weakness that's been going on, and quite often that's a deficit in potassium, and I haven't had anything with decent amounts of potassium in it for a while. I do know my body, and that's most likely potassium. So I've got potassium and calcium and zinc, magnesium, iron, and manganese, you know, all the basic, you know, mineral type stuff that your body is going to find useful. Again, I'm not sure how medically impactful ingesting it like this is, but again, it's better than nothing, and again, it's just a nice way to flavor some water as well. So, snack time. These I've had before. These are Belvita breakfast oat cookie thingies. These are really quite nice. These are honey and nut ones. Haven't tried this particular one. I usually get the chocolate chip ones, but yeah, decided to try the honey and nut ones because, well, variety. There's these ones too, which is a similar kind of deal, little oat slices, baked oat slices, raspberry and white chocolate. Thought that sounded quite pleasant, and I do really like my oats, some oatmeal, but can't really make oatmeal on the road right now because I have no way to prepare any food. I've got no cooking stuff, although I do have a mate who's going to hook me up with a camp stove, kerosene-based camp stove, they say. Like, apparently they got 2 of them as a gift years ago and never used them, so they're going to gift me one when I meet up with them in or somewhere near Melbourne at some point in the not too distant future. So at least then I'll be able to boil water for like coffee and stuff, if not, you know, properly cook anything. Another Belvita one. This one I haven't tried before, strawberry and yogurt sandwich. So I guess I'll do the taste testing on camera at some point when I go through these. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, like and bell and thumb and comment, and keep updated on the Belvita taste tests. Right now though, I'm going to mix up one of these Voost mineral hydration things, because again, the potassium thing is starting to worry me. I'm feeling very logy and I really want to take another nap already. But just for the sake of driving, I think I should try and do something about that. Just so I feel safe. I'm probably perfectly safe. It's not, you know, I'm not tremoring like a Parkinson's patient at the moment or anything. Really shouldn't joke about Parkinson's. It's an awful, terrible thing, but you know what I mean. It's just very slight tremor when I try and hold my hand still. I just happened to notice, and I went, get a banana in you, or some source of potassium. I usually go for bananas when it happens like that, and bananas are great for that. But yeah, the bananas in this hot car, who knows how long they'd last. Just bring the banana in from the store, step into the hot car. Oh, it's brown. Not that there's anything wrong with being brown. I'm not a banana racist. I like banana bread. You gotta have brown bananas to make banana bread. Don't counsel me, all right? Anyway, let me mix this up and we'll do the first taste test, because I've never tried any of this Voost stuff. Like I said, I hate their ads, so I've never bought any, but needs must. The label probably says wash this before use. Doesn't smell like it's plastic or off-gassing or anything. Should be fine. Food safe, yada yada. Wash before use. All right, we'll give it a bit of a rinse out. Tell you what, I should have stepped out of the car and got this. I reached behind the seat to pull this 5-litre jerry can of water. That was not a good idea. Hit my shoulder. All right, let's just give this thing a little rinse out, just for sanity's sake. There we go. That's washed. Surely that's washed. Not sure. I should have read the label on those loose things. Not sure how much water they're supposed to be dissolved in. I mean, I guess the worst thing it's going to do if you dilute it too much is it's going to taste diluted. What's that? This isn't a measurements. I'm going to call that probably a cup and a half of water. Probably about 400 mils or something, if I had to guess. All right, let's have a look. Instructions. Take up to 2 tablets a day. Dissolve 1 tablet in 300 mils of water. That's probably close enough. Or 2 tablets in 600. That's probably 600 mils total, I would guess. I don't know, the label probably says. Let's have a look. 800 mils, so half of that is 400. Oh, geez, I'm good at guessing water. I'm good at guessing water volume. I was right, I said that's about 400. 400 is. It's half of 800. That's math. That's fast math. What's half of 800? 400. But 800, it's such a big number. How did you do that math so fast? Ow! Okay, these things are hard to open when you don't have any nails, because I trimmed my nails before I went homeless, of course. I need to find a rubbish bin at some point too. Okay. Bloody hell, they're chunky tablets. Look at that. It's like it's almost like a urinal cake. Chunky. Okay, it smells like a cleaning solution. It genuinely smells like those lemon lime kitchen sprays. Pleasant lemon lime scent. All right. Should we do a time lapse of it dissolving? Can you see? Can the camera see? There we go. No, already bored. No time lapse. We're just going to cut and come back. All right, that took a few minutes actually. Big tablet, not a lot of water to dissolve it in, but it does seem mostly dissolved. There's a few little floaty particulates left. I'm sure that'll be fine. Not sure what the actual... Oh, that's very vibranty sort of lemon juice color without the purple filter of the bottle. All right. Smelled like cleaning products before it was dissolved. Ooh, smells much better now. It almost reminds me of, and again, I don't know whether this is an international thing. There used to be, I haven't seen them in ages, Aspro Clear it was called. Little tablets of aspirin, basically. And when I was a kid, my family, that was the headache tablet of choice, Aspro Clear. Because, you know, certain members of my family didn't like swallowing tablets, to, you know, just regular tablets for headache stuff. So Mum would always get the dissolvable kind, these Aspro Clear ones, and they had a kind of lemony flavour too, or at least there was one with a lemony flavour, I think. That's what it reminds me of. I haven't smelled that smell in a while. It almost tastes the same as well. That very slightly almost effervescent sort of lightness to the water, because it does off gas. That's a remarkably similar sensory experience to Aspro Clear. Was not expecting that. It's not at all unpleasant though. Like, the tablet smelled not good, not edible, but once it's dissolved, yeah. I mean, not as good as a banana, but at least those tablets will survive in the car. Just take them as I need them. Cool. A little bit of flavored water treat. So, how about next? Sort of west-northwest of here, hour, maybe 2 hours, I haven't checked. There's a place called Katoomba. which is just south of a place called the Blue Mountains. And the Blue Mountains are not just called the Blue Mountains, they are actually blue, because massive and dense eucalyptus forest grows all through those mountains. And in the mornings, when it's, you know, everything's warming up, the sun's warming everything up, the eucalyptus oil from those trees starts evaporating, you know, and aerosolizing into the air. And as the light passes through it, it definitely gives it a sort of misty blue look. It's really quite remarkable. I never quite got it to show up on camera properly the way it does to your eyes. I've only been to the Blue Mountains once in recent memory, and that was about 10, 12 years ago. I think it was when I was reviewing the Olympus EP3, one of their first sort of really big landmark Micro Four Thirds cameras. That's when they started to get real good and had good video modes, which was important to me. The video is probably still up. I'll try and remember to link to it down below. But yeah, I had a photo, took a photo walk through the Blue Mountains with that camera. Or it might have been a lens. I'm pretty sure it was the camera though. I don't think I got really many very good shots, but I did enjoy the walk through the Blue Mountains. I went on a hike and got lost for a while, eventually made it back. And yeah, bringing it back to the start of the video, that was when I went and didn't make it back to the train station in time. And so got trapped in the cold, just huddled in a corner of the train station, shivering for hours on end until like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. whenever the train started running the next morning. Very unpleasant. But the hike was pleasant. Not sure I'm up for a hike of that standard these days. My back and my knee have gotten worse over the years, of course. But there should be some campsites. Not just campsites, but campgrounds, like a caravan park style campground. Does that translate to American? For my American viewers, UK viewers, caravan park? I know it should do in the UK. You call them caravans as well, don't you? Trailer park kind of deal, but not quite the same vibe as a trailer park from what I've seen in your media. Anyway, they should have unpowered sites there. I can just rock up and park the van in, because they're set up there just for vans and tents, minivans and tents and stuff. So I'll see if I can find one of those, and if it's affordable, which it should be. I don't think we're in the peak season or anything. I'll stay a night there. They should have showers there. They might have some cooking facilities. I don't have much laundry yet, but I could just wash the clothes I've already dirtied, because they were quite sweaty from all the lugging and moving and napping in the oven car and stuff. They definitely need a wash. So they might have some laundry facilities at some of these places. And just generally a safe place to chill out for the night. Might even be able to recharge a couple of things. I mean, it'll be an unpowered site, but there might be a free power point at like one of the barbecue places or something, because they'll have barbecue facilities and stuff. Sometimes the coin operated. Remember that? Who remembers those coin operated barbecues in Australian park and campgrounds and stuff? Pop on $1 in the barbecue, your slab just heats up like electrically for like half an hour or something every time you put $1 in. Filthy, grungy public barbecues, but oh, those were the days. Time skip, smash cut. Look, I found some. Those things. Although, these are not coin operated. I reckon they used to be once upon a time, because these are exactly the same as the coin operated ones we used to have in certain campsites and stuff, but these ones are just free. Push button or insert coin. You can see no coin door. And yeah, this lights up. This one's, that needs a little bicarb soda. That was not so bad. A couple more over there. Oh, there we go. Someone did a good, decent job of cleaning up that one. There you go. You can cook it that one fairly safely. Well, the other one's got extra flavour. Look at that. Look at all that extra flavour sitting there. Num num. I almost found myself wishing I'd actually bothered to buy some meat if I knew these were here, but then I realised I don't think I even have so much as a spatula, much less a little bit of oil or something. Oh well, live and learn. Next time. Yeah, I think I'll stay at least a night there, I think, if I can find one. Just for sort of getting the vibes of the place and seeing if that's a practical way for me to, you know, get access to facilities and stuff when I need them. Because some people have suggested, you know, get a membership to a GIME, I think I'm saying that right, aren't I? Gime? G-O-A-M? Some sort of Gime. Apparently they have showers and stuff there. I don't know, I've never heard of them. Obviously. I don't know what a Gime membership costs, or if there'll be Gimes on the route that I'll be taking that I'll be able to take advantage of anyway. So I'll look into that in some point in the future. But for now, campgrounds might be a good, you know, once a week, once every couple of weeks or something, depending on, again, how much they cost. Let's say under 50 bucks. Someone actually just did PayPal me 50 bucks. Said, hey, I just watched your thing. You were talking about food and got me thinking about food, so I'm going to give you some money for food. Well, I'm not going to spend it on food. I'm going to 50 bucks if I can find a campground for 50 bucks overnight, or a couple of nights maybe. Honestly, I have no idea how much they cost. It's been many, 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 many years since I've stayed at a caravan park, and the last time I did, I was with someone who took their own caravan, not a little van like this, but a proper camper van style thing. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll finish my my lemony cleaning fluid, get some potassium in me. Actually, I think it's already working. Huh. Wonder if that's psychosomatic or it really does work that fast. Interesting. Either way, I feel better. So, next time I see you, it'll either be saying goodnight for the day and telling you, you know, what the deal is and where I'm staying, or it'll be campgrounds. And I might do a tour of the campgrounds as a separate video or something, because this vlog is probably already starting to get pretty long. I'm going to try and keep them to less than half an hour, just for the sake of sanity, but I think we might have gone over on this one. A lot of little cut-ins today. So, bit of a drive ahead of me. We'll see what we can find. Googling and then drive. Let's Google before I start driving and see if I can find a location. So, been on the road for however long it took. I don't know, hour and a half. I wasn't really keeping track, because what's the point of keeping track? I've got no schedule. Shrug. It was a pleasant enough drive. Lots and lots of people just not really caring about the speed limit. Like, I was keeping at or just below the speed limit the whole way. Lots of people passing me somehow. Weird. Anyway, this is not the campground that I was looking for. This is just sort of a rest area. In fact, there's a sign in the parking spots, no camping. Just 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can park there as long as you like. You can hang out here. You can do your barbecue. You can chill. You can refill your water, which I might as well top mine up. Well, I'll have enough opportunity to top mine up. Ooh, I hear cockatoos. I hear wild cockatoos over there. I'll go see those guys in a sec. Yeah, just stretching my legs. I did find a campground, and indeed it was $47 a night for an unpowered site. So I was pretty close with my guess, which was fortunate, because, like I said before, I had that 50 bucks come in via PayPal, so that's what I'm sending tonight, for a place to stay a little more securely. I don't have to stealth camp. I can just camp. It's somewhere near here, I think. Should be somewhere near here. I was vaguely following the GPS, just as I was meandering. Sure, I could have got lost, but I got GPS. I'm going to get unlost. What's the worst that could happen? I could get so lost I lose signal on my mobile phone and GPS doesn't work anymore. Probably should take a little more care. I hear a babbling brook. Or, whoa! Hey, cockies! Told you, heard cockies? Oh, can't see that. Yeah, but I don't call them brooks in Australia. I did that for your benefit, American viewers. It's a creek. I hear a creek. Not a crick. Creek. Lost him. I wonder what kind of critters live around here. It's fairly close to the roads and public places, so probably not any shy ones. I think the water's a bit shallow for something like a platypus or something. Well, I don't know what it was, but there's some kind of fish down here. I just saw something dark just go zoop straight underneath that rock. Oh, I think I just saw something else over there. I keep catching them out of my peripheral vision. Oh, Oh, I see you. I see you. Right there. Nope, that's a leaf. Is that a leaf or is that a little fish stuck to the bottom? I can't tell from here. I could have sworn I just saw it move. Nope. Nope, that's definitely a leaf. Rah. And here we are in the not quite wilds of outback Australia, as Blunty continuously fails to be a decent nature documentarian. That was a leaf, not a fish. That was embarrassing. Oh, but look, while I was down at the creek, the cockies have landed over here. Why, is this some sort of show? Is he a trainer? This might be some sort of tourist thing. Food calls. Alright, I found it. My stay for the night. $47 worth of overnight stay at the Katoomba Tourist Park. And it's actually really nice. Super quiet. They've got a bunch of cabins and powered sites, and I'm just down there at an unpowered site. There's only a couple of us there. Some other person in a little van with one of those tents that come off the top on the roof racks. I think they're from Sweden. I haven't seen them yet, but they've got a Swedish flag on the front. Either that or they work for the Red Cross. Haha, insensitive cultural jokes. Yeah, I'm making my way over to the kitchen right now, because inside there, actually I'll go this way because I still have to talk and I don't want to disturb those people. Yeah, there's a little kitchen in there. There's PowerPoints, there's tables, there's a TV. It's really nicely set up, and there's toilets, there's shower block, laundry. I've decided not to do the laundry. I've only got one shirt, one pair of pants, underwear, socks to do. I think I'll wait to do laundry at the next opportunity to do a bigger load and make it worth it, because you know, big loads are always worth it. Why? But yeah, it's really, really nice. They're good facilities, and we'll take a look at the kitchen in a second. Oh, and while I think to mention it, the staff, extremely friendly too. I mean, people that work at places like this generally are, because, you know, all the people they meet tend to be people chilling on vacation and camping holidays, so there's very little aggro going on either side. But yeah, the woman at the counter there, she was absolutely delightful. Sweetheart. We have the barbecue facilities, exactly the same as the ones we just saw at the other rest stop, except these ones are kept much, much cleaner. We've got a little sink out there for cleaning up. No children. Quiet time. Music is to be turned off. All that kind of stuff. Just, you know, respecting everybody else. Is anybody here? Am I bothering anybody? Nope. Ooh, geez, heat lamp. We are not your mother. Please clean up your mess when you're finished. Now, I don't know whether these are other people's stuff just sitting up here for, you know, on the honor system, don't take other people's stuff, or if this is just some communal stuff people have left. That should be refrigerated. That's not good. But yeah, we have standard range of cookery, sink to clean up. We've got toaster, electric frying pan, sandwich toaster, jug for boiling water. Actually, you know what? Good. I'll get that going in a second. Microwave, cutting boards, and 3 separate sets of hot plates with extractors, and a shared fridge. Again, don't take what's not yours. And even a vending machine for snacky poos. Delightful. Some board games, PowerPoints, tables, TV, another heat lamp. And I love a little weather-protected outdoor area to dine in. Listen to how peaceful and quiet it is out here. You know, except for me waffling on. Shower block's just over there. So is the laundry. Don't think you need to see any footage of that. You believe me. There's toilets, there's showers. You know what they look like. I'm not taking the camera in there. So, I think that's where I'll leave you for today. I'll get up tomorrow morning and make a plan of some kind. Probably think of something while I'm laying down, or I'll go in there, set up the computer and edit this video and do some Googling, trying to figure out what comes tomorrow. But yeah, this is a really, really pleasant little respite, and I will definitely keep this in mind in the future, you know, every week, every 2 weeks, once a month, whenever, you know, the rhythm feels like I need it. A much more comfortable and relaxed and facility adjacent opportunity. This is off-season pricing. This is $50 for an unpowered site. Don't know how much it goes up in the on-season, but for right now, good $50 to spend, I think, to have access to all this sort of stuff. See you for one night. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to patrons as always. Thank you for everyone who's using the PayPal link to give money directly. That's probably the best way right now, to be frank, because all the other services, subscriptions and YouTube, you know, gifts and all that sort of stuff, they will take a slice. If you donate directly with PayPal, they don't take a slice. Appreciate it, whatever you do to support, even if it is just to have a little comment and a thumb up on the video and stuff like that. It all helps. Just trying to get by. Alright, catch you next time. But first, edited juice.